Welcome back. This is episode number 2 of your guide to trading with Vanquish. Now, if you happen to miss episode number 1, you might want to check it out. In that video, we break down what is Vanquish Trader, what are the accounts, what are the rules, so really to familiarize yourself with Vanquish as a whole. In this video, we're actually going to start to look at the platform and executing some basic trades. If you're already familiar with Vanquish as a whole and you're already comfortable with executing basic trades, you might want to fast forward to episode 3, where we discuss a little bit more of the advanced options trading strategies and really how to execute those trades. However, if you want to get more familiarized with the trading platform and how to execute basic trades, you have found the perfect episode. As always, our starting spot is vanquishtrader.com, where you could see the web trader, the dashboard, and all their other information. Of course, since we're going to be talking about how to actually start trading, you're going to be wanting to check out the web trader, which is going to look a little bit like this. But very quickly, before we dive into this, and I know it could at first look complicated, but trust me, in reality, it's honestly not that bad. When you first sign up, you're going to have to accept the data agreement. You have to accept this for anything else to work. And obviously we all have our different situations, but just as a personal tip here, most likely if you're watching this video, when you're filling out the market data agreement, you are a non-professional. Of course, there's a chance you're watching this and you actually might be a professional. So make sure to read everything that's going on there. But most likely for most people watching this video, when you're filling out that market agreement, you're going to be a non-professional. And of course, you have to do that to be able to get full access to the web trader and really any other aspect of Vanquish Trader. All right, now that we're on the same page of the market agreement, you should have full access to the web trader platform. So let me start to explain everything going on. First of all, you're going to see tabs in the top left. This is the market. You have some charting. You could set up your own list. Obviously, that's personal preference. You're going to see all the information about your account. And then most of the time, especially if you're an options trader like myself, you're going to be spending most of your time on the options tab. Now, on the left side, you're going to see the exact option chain you're looking at. Right here, I have the S&P 500, but you could check out whatever you want. So for example, if you want to see Tesla, just type in Tesla. You could go to that. They have the equities breakdown, the options breakdown, the indices breakdown. Like I said, I'm on SPX, but here, let's actually bring up Tesla and go to all right there. And that's how you would change it. And you could see the option chain updates accordingly. So just wanted to show you, you could type it in there. And then of course, for the expiration date, you have the little carrots on the left side that go up and down, and you could pick exactly what you are interested in. But for this, let me go back to the S&P 500. In reality, as I'm filming this, we're actually kind of having an exciting day. And let me go back to today, specifically October 14th. Obviously, by the time you are watching this video, this contract's no longer going to be a thing, but I'm going to use the 0DTE as an example. From here, I'm going to move your attention to what's going on in the right side. Obviously, you have the time, you have the account that you're on. If you have multiple accounts, make sure you are trading on the appropriate one. You have the current information, as in what's the balance, equity, net liquidation, all those good things related to said account. And then you have the unrealized P&L and the day's realized P&L. That's what day RPL stands for. Right under that, you're going to see a section, and I should clarify, this is all customizable. If you want to get rid of this, you can. If you want to add stuff on, for example, I always like to show my pending order, so I'll open up that tab. And once again, you can change a lot of this, and right here, I have positions. This is my general setup. I'll have the options chain, I'll have my pending orders, and I'll have my current positions. That's how I like it set up, but I highly implore you to set it up whatever is best for you and your own trading. And when you do have a particular, I guess, customized layout that you like, the second option in the top right is where you can save it. So let's say I really like this one, save layout as. For this one, I'll just call it new, save, and then that's actually going to be my default one. And if I ever change it in the future, I could easily come right back to it. So feel free to play with it. Once again, you can change the sizing, you can change the tabs. It's very, very customizable. From this point, when you have a setup that you're comfortable with, let's talk a little bit about trading. So right now, obviously, I have my calls, I have my puts, and I just want to show you a little bit about basic order entry. So when you click on one, you're going to see stuff on the bottom pop up. It says demo up here and demo mode, not a real trade. I know at first this can sound a little bit confusing, but trust me, if you are on the right account here, that is still your appropriate Vanquish Trader SIM funded account. Just because it says demo doesn't mean you're not on that account. Remember, SIM funded, when you're in that phase, you're actually still doing paper trading, as in your orders are not actually hitting the market, and that's why it's called demo. So don't think that just because it says demo, you're not trading on your appropriate Vanquish account. And to double check, you could see the account number there, and you could also see it in the bottom left. You could see your account number here as well. To quickly review what's going on, let me zoom in a little bit just to make the font a bit bigger. So you can see right now I have a single SPX. Basically, it's a long call. I'm on the right account. Buy to open. So basically BTO, buy to open. Quantity 1, you have the expiration date, you have the strike, the call, and the order type. Obviously, if you're watching this, there's a good chance that you're already familiar with a lot of it. The one thing I just want to call out here is you could change it. You could have market order, stop limit. So for the point of this, I'll switch it to a market, but you could check it. And then in the bottom right, confirm and send, create order, great. And then right there, I'm going to see that I have the average fill price. I have all the information related to the trade. And right now I could see that that order has already been filled. And let's say that, okay, I want to be able to close out. You have various ways to be able to get out. You could do an OCO, an order cancels orders. That's more of brackets, and you have various options. But for this, I'm going to put in one. I got to fill at 8:10. So let's see if I could dump it at 8:30. I'll put that up. It's a limit order, confirm and send, create order. So right there, I could see that it's working. And even this, you could choose to filter it of, do you only want your working orders, your filled orders, your canceled, your rejected. But I like to see my orders up on top and my positions. Of course, feel free to flip it if you want. But right now you can see, actually when I zoom out, sorry, it's because I zoomed in so much. You have up here, you can see your unrealized P&L. And if this trade hits, you're going to see it switch over to the day realized P&L. And in fact, as I'm talking right there, top right, order filled, great, made $20. And that was all off of a long call. I should also note that here you could see that it actually went over from working to filled. Of course, if I wanted to buy puts, if I wanted to go long puts, I could do that over here. Obviously, these are going to be directional bets. Clearly, buying to open a call is a bullish bet. Buying to open a put is going to be a bearish bet. Another tool that might be helpful for all of you is as soon as you see a trade is executed, if you just want to double check, another tab that I'll use is actually my list of trades. So of course, these are going to be pretty similar because that's the orders for the actual trades. But just to give you a little bit of I suppose, a sanity check of when did you get in, what was the commission, all of that related information. So that's a useful tab. I like orders, I like positions, and of course, I'll keep my option chain open on the left side. And before I let you go, just one final thing. Let's say you have a lot of positions and you're monitoring it with your orders. And of course, once again, you have all of these things that you could add, especially such as your watch list, your alerts, your time and sales. You can add that even if you want to do, this is actually pretty cool. The risk profile, you could add a whole nother option train, your own trading journal. That's all possible. If you're ever in need of a little bit of additional space, don't forget that you could hide order entry. So if you want to bring that down as you're just monitoring what's going on, that's another option. And once again, as soon as you get this set up exactly to how you like it, remember, you can save it. It's the second option in the top right. Save the layout however you feel most comfortable as a trader. And then from there, whenever you come back, obviously it will be saved for you. As I said at the beginning of this video, this is your rudimentary introduction to the platform and basic order entry. So of course, when you're in that position, as I said, you have various tools available to you, especially with the OCO. You have a profit target, you have a stop loss, and I highly implore you to use those types of things. Now you might be watching this and thinking, okay, cool, I get it, long calls, long puts, but what about iron condors and debit spreads and credit spreads? Remember, that's going to be in more of the next episode, more for the advanced options. This one is just to get you familiar with the platform and basic order entry. Well, there you have it. I hope that this video answered some of your basic intro questions. Of course, if you have any follow-up questions, let me know in a comment below and I'll do my best to get back to all of you. But as a reminder, do not forget about that market data agreement. If you don't fill that out and fill it out properly, none of this will work for you at all. And from there, my biggest tip is be curious. Mess around with the platform, find the exact setup that is best suited for you and your trading style. And remember, you can always save those layouts. And now from this point, if you're a bit more interested in advanced orders, I'm talking about complicated option strategies, that's where you're going to want to check out the following episode. I appreciate all the good vibes. Thanks for stopping by. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.